was it now? He looks gentler than he did.
He says he will return incontinent and have commanded you to go to bed, and bade me to dismiss you.
Dismiss me?
It was his bidding, therefore, good Amelia. Give me my nightly wearing and adieu. We must not now displease him.
I would you had never seen him.
So would not I. My love doth so approve him, that even his stubbornness, his checks, his frowns, prithee unpin me, have grace and favor in them.
I laid those sheets you bade me on the bed.
All's one. Good faith, how foolish our minds! If I do die before thee, prithee, shroud me in one of those same sheets.
Come, you talk.
My mother had a maid called Barbary. She was in love, and she love proved mad, and did forsake her. She had a song of willow, an old thing 'twas, but expressed her fortune, and she died singing it. That song tonight will not go from my mind. I have much to do but to go hang my head all at one side and sing it like poor Barbary. Prithee, dispatch.
Shall I go fetch your nightgown?
No, and pin me here. This Lodovico is a proper man.
A very handsome man.
He speaks well.
I know a lady in Venice who would have walked up barefoot to Palestine for a touch of his nether lip.
The poor souls that sighing by a sycamore tree sing on the green willow. Her hand on her bosom, her head on her knee, sing willow, willow, willow. The fresh streams ran by her and murmured her moans, sing willow, willow, willow. Her salt tears fell from her and softened the stone. Lay by these, sing willow, willow, willow. Prithee, Heathy, look coming on. Sing on the green willow must be my garland. Let nobody blame him, his scorn I approve. Nay, that's not next. Hark! Who is it that knocks?
It's the wind.
I called my love false love, but what he said then. Sing willow, willow, willow. If I court more women, you'll couch with more men. So get thee gone. Good night, mine eyes do itch. Doth that bode weeping?
'Tis neither here nor there.
I've heard it said so. Oh, these men, these men! Dost thou unconscious think, tell me, Amelia, that there be women do abuse their husbands of such gross kind?
There be some such, no question.
Wouldst thou do such a deed for all the world?
Why, would not you?
No, by this heavenly light.
Nor I neither by this heavenly light. I might do it as well in the dark.
Wouldst thou do such a deed for all the world?
The world's a huge thing. It's a great price for a small vice.
In troth, I think thou wouldst not.
In troth, I think I should, and undo it when I had done it. Mary, I would not do such a thing for a joint ring, nor measures of lawn, nor for gowns, petticoats, nor caps, nor any petty exhibition. But for the whole world, odds pity! Would not make her husband a cuckold to make him a monarch. I should venture purgatory for it.
Beshrew me if I would do such a wrong for the whole world.
Why, the wrong is a wrong in the world, and having the world for your labor, 'tis a wrong for your own world, and you might quickly make it a right.
I do not think that there is any such woman.
Yes, a dozen.
And as many to the vantage as would store the world they played for. But I do think it is their husbands' faults if wives do fall. Say that they slack their duties and pour our treasures into foreign laps, or else break out in peevish jealousies, throwing restraint upon us. Or say they strike us, or scant our former having in despite. Why, we have Gauls, and though we have some grace, yet we have some revenge. Let husbands know their wives have sense like them. They see, they smell, and have their palates both for sweet and sour, as husbands have. What is it that they do when they change us for others? Is it sport? I think it is. And doth affection breed it? I think it doth. Is it frailty that thus errs? It is so too. And have not we affections, desires for sport and frailty, as men have? Then let them use us well. Else let them know the ills we do. Their ills instruct us so.
Good night, good night. God makes us use his sin, not to pick bad from bad, but by bad men.